Hi, welcome back to the channel. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Let's talk about this recession and talk about what happened with the market today, which was probably one of the most crazy events I've ever seen occur. So first of all, when it comes down to this recession that is happening right as we are speaking, don't stop prepping. Do not stop prepping whatsoever. Things that are going to be affected with 125% tariff, such as your antibiotics. Make sure that at the end of this video, you stay tuned. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what's going on with Jase. Jase is a great place for you to get antibiotics. They're going to be putting on a really cool event that I get to help do here in the state of Utah. So if you're from Utah, make sure you stay till the end of this video because that's where all the details are going to be. We want to focus on what we can handle and what we can control for prepping. We want to make sure that we are understanding that 125% increases on prices, that tariff right there alone is going to cause major shifts in all the markets. Whether you guys are believing it or not, things that are happening right now, we have never seen before. If they take the iPhone and make it here in the US, they are talking about the cost of an iPhone would be $3,500 to shift production to the United States. If you have not upgraded your electronics, I would highly suggest that you start upgrading them. If you're looking at your solar, this is the time you would want to knuckle down and just do it. Look at your preps, look at the items that you have been debating on for a while and understand that those are manufactured in different facilities all over the world and in our own country, but not all my viewers are from this country, so just understand that a lot of the textiles and the components to a lot of these products are made in other countries, even though if they're manufactured in the USA. So understand that this 125% tariff could greatly affect your pocketbook, especially when it comes to prepping. All right, let's dive in. Antibiotics. Most your antibiotics, over-the-counter meds such as acetaminophen, ibuprofen, those are sourced from China and sourced overseas. Expect a price increase on those. So if you've not already got your antibiotics from Jase Medical, make sure that you check the description down below. Save yourself some extra money. But now is the time that you're going to want to have antibiotics on hand. Antibiotics are life-saving and they are so important. Let's talk about the stock market. Oh my gosh. I have this one written out because the stock market was a wild scene from a very rogue rodeo today. All right. So this morning at like 9:35, Trump posted on Truth Social saying, now is a great time to buy. All of a sudden, within a few hours, he decides he's going to pause the tariffs for 90 days, but he's going to up the Chinese tariff for China to 125%. Within 16 minutes, the markets exploded. If that is not a product of market manipulation that we have ever seen, please do not believe that this is just a group of sheep on a hill. This is definitely a wolf in sheep's clothing. The market was 150% manipulated, no matter which way you look at it. When that dip happened for multiple days, people started buying right magically within 16 minutes of that post, an astronomical amount of money. Money that you guys can't even imagine. $4 trillion in buys. $4 trillion. Imagine that amount of money. That was market manipulation like we've never seen. The Dow climbed up to 2370 in points. Now keep in mind, a lot of people are going to assume we just saw the market go and then all of a sudden it starts to climb. It doesn't mean that it's good. I am going to say that wholeheartedly. That doesn't mean it was good. What it means is when Trump emplaced all those tariffs on all those countries that he thought it could be manipulated. What that did force is people to start selling and the markets decided to decline. That's how fragile our system is. By emplacing those, honestly, it was a loss. And in that moment of realizing it was a loss, he decided to pause the tariffs, which then caused an economical climb. Do I think that that climb is true by in any nature? No, I think it's a wolf in sheep's clothing. I think people will follow suit and think, oh, everything is fine. I do not need to prep. We are not heading towards a recession. Everything is okay. It was just a minor like flex in the system. No, that is definitely a wolf in sheep's clothing when it comes down to it. This was probably the greatest market manipulation we have ever seen. That, and I don't mean that in a positive note. You can only climb so high in the market before it does crash. And it had been on a steady climb. There was days that it dipped over the last few years. But it honestly, pausing those tariffs, and then now the White House is saying that they're negotiating with 75 countries, but they won't release which 75 countries that are wanting to do a negotiation. But then you have China with 125% tariff. This is still going to cost citizens a lot of money. Just think about it for a moment. What is happening with these tariff deals is essentially two parents fighting over custody, and the kids are just listening to it. They're just listening to it. Nobody is being an adult about this. Nobody is negotiating anything on this. It is just who is going to flex harder than the other person. So keeping that in mind, you're going to want to prep harder than you've ever prepped. You're going to see different gear raise in prices, solar panels, solar inverters. So many things are manufactured outside of this country. You're going to see price increases, and you don't want those increases to take over your pocketbook. So right now, while there is a pause on tariffs, which that is a positive on some level, you want to be prepping in your food storage on everything. You already see what's going to happen. If those tariffs unpause for even a moment, you know what's going to happen with that market. You know you're going to see it start to collapse again. Right now is the time you're going to prep so hard. Now, we cannot change what's happening with China. We're going to have to figure out where they're trying to go with these tariffs, if they're going to keep it at 125%, but understanding that that is going to affect so many areas of you prepping. Honestly, it's going to affect households across the country, not just prepping. It's going to affect every single household with these kind of tariffs. You're going to see all your clothing prices increase. You're going to see all your appliances increase. Just understand that right now is the time to get your preps in order. Right now, if you need to do vehicle maintenance, if your vehicles, you've been putting it off for a few months, you know that check engine light's on, you're going to want to go and take care of that now before these tariffs take over the price where it is, there's no way for you to be able to fix it. No way for you to be able to afford to fix it. Now, if you are from the state of Utah, you've made it to the end. If you're from the state of Utah and you are looking to get a Jase case, I need you to make sure that you're following all my social media accounts, because we are going to be doing a scavenger hunt in the state of Utah to give out a free case to somebody here in Utah. It is going to be a scavenger hunt. You're going to want to make sure that you're following my IG, my TikTok, that's Charmingly Frugal on those, and also this account where I will be dropping hints and tips of where that could be located at. I really want our team to be the first to find this Jase case. It's a free Jase case. It's amazing. It's going to be such an amazing event, but make sure that you check my links down below. Go follow my other social medias so that you are up to date on all the clues and hints that will be released. And as always, stay aware, stay prepared, and always have your head on a swivel. This is going to become a very bumpy ride, especially with the tariffs and the stock market. We are in a full-fledged tariff war, and it's anyone's game at this point. So the best thing you can do is hone in and focus on what you should be doing on your preps, and make sure that you give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. Where do you think that stock market's going to head tomorrow? Do we think we're going to still see a climb, or is it going to slowly start to decline again? Tell me down below what you think is going to happen, and have a wonderful night.